Another bad week for the non-Haaland punters, but let's look ahead. I know that a lot will be using their wildcard in game week 6, so I've included a game week 6 wildcard draft as well. Let's have a look. Game week 4, 40 points below average and a new red arrow. A lot of disappointments in this team. Henderson, no clean sheets yet. Guardiola as well, disappointing. Only 1 clean sheet and no attacking returns. Son, Eze, Jota, Salah, of course, my captain. Isaac only played 45 minutes, went off injured. Luckily, Gabriel came through in the Arsenal game with a bullet header and a clean sheet, 15 points for him. The game week started off quite well with Bruno Fernandes getting an assist, but later in that game he got a yellow as well, so ended on 5 points. Calvert-Lewin, 6 points for him. He got a new goal, and actually he could have got more goals in that game as well. So Calvert-Lewin been really good for me the last couple of game weeks. 40 points, not good enough. New red arrow as mentioned. I will have to make some changes soon. In game week 6 we have a fixture swing for both Arsenal and Brentford, so I will try to hold my transfers until game week 6, but let's have a look at possible options. So this is my team right now. Henderson, he will play. Van Dijk, Gabriel, Guardiola in defense. Salah, Jota, Bruno, Son, Eze, and Calvert-Lewin and Isaac up top. I'm not sure that Jota will stay in my team. I'm really considering to transfer him out. He got subbed before the hour mark in the last game. We know that Liverpool have plenty of attacking options with Darwin Núñez and Gakpo getting more and more minutes. So Jota, he is someone I'm considering selling, and let's have a look at some potential options in midfield. First out is Saka. Really good fixtures for Arsenal after game week 6. They have a tough game in game week 5, so if you can hold the transfer until game week 6, that's probably the best idea. Rodgers, no returns yet, but he is 5.1 and he is playing really advanced for Aston Villa, and they have still decent fixtures coming up. So I do believe that Rodgers is good enough to be in your starting 11. If you have 8 good attackers, then it's okay to have him on the bench at that price as well. Mbeumo, I really want him in my team. We know that he is their penalty taker now that Ivan Toney has left. A little bit unsecure about how the injury to Visa will affect Mbeumo, but hopefully it means that he will play more centrally. Brentford, as mentioned, they have decent fixtures coming up, and I do believe that Mbeumo is a really good player to transfer in right now. The watch list for forwards: Watkins, finally he got a brace in game week 4, did really well. In the first couple of game weeks his stats have been awful, but he was back to his old self in game week 4. Calvert-Lewin, really impressive in the last couple of game weeks, only 5.9 and selected by 2% of the managers. Mateta, he is still a decent transfer in if you need a forward. We know that he is probably on penalties as well. Eze and Mateta will share them. Lesnar said that the player between him and Eze with the most confidence will take the next ones. So it's 50-50 who will take Crystal Palace next penalty, but it might be Mateta again. As mentioned, Jota, he will have to leave soon. So many attacking options for Liverpool, and we know that if he starts he will probably be subbed off around the hour mark again. So selling Jota this game week and bringing in Mbeumo from Brentford is the most likely move for me this game week. But make sure to hold your transfers as long as possible. There are midweek games before the game week 5 deadline, so if you make an early transfer you might actually end up bringing in a player that is injured, or someone in your team will get injured and you transfer out a fit player. So make sure to hold your transfers as long as possible, especially this game week. As mentioned, I know that a lot of managers are considering to play their first wildcard in game week 6. to catch the benefit of the good fixture swing for both Arsenal and Brentford. So here is a wildcard draft for game week 6 that includes triple up on both Arsenal, Aston Villa, and it also has Mbeumo in it. Wissa, he is injured for a couple of months. I'm not sure that I want other attackers from Brentford right now, and I don't trust their defense. So in goal, Raya and Gabriel in defense, a double up on the Arsenal defense, the best defense last season, and they have also been good at the start of this season. Ding, I do believe that he is decent, 4.4, and on some set pieces for Aston Villa. And Robo, I would probably go for Trent if I had the extra million, but right now I can't afford Trent in this setup. Saka, as mentioned, Arsenal have really good fixtures, so he will be in. Semenyo, decent stats and decent fixtures from game week 6. Same goes for Bowen, really good option, a differential. And Mbeumo, as mentioned, he will be in my game week 6 team. On set pieces for Brentford, and probably he will also play a bit more centrally now that Wissa is injured. Up top, I opted for Haaland, Calvert-Lewin, and Watkins. Watkins really impressive in game week 4, and he's starting to look like the player he was last season. Calvert-Lewin, my game week 1 punt has actually started to deliver, so he will probably get another chance if I decide to wildcard in game week 6. Haaland, I will go for him from game week 6. The plan for me was always to have Salah in game week 1 to 6 and then change to Haaland. This has failed massively, of course, with Haaland having 9 goals in the first 4 game weeks. But hopefully he will continue scoring from game week 6, and then I can finally enjoy some Haaland goals as well. On the bench in this team, I have Rodgers 5.1, so he's okay to have on the bench. Ait-Nouri, I like him as an option as well from game week 6. Wolves have really good fixtures, and when Wolves are in possession, Ait-Nouri is playing really advanced. So hopefully he can get both clean sheets and attacking returns in the coming game weeks. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of this wildcard, and are there any players you would change? Captaincy for game week 4, Mo Salah is a decent option, but he was really disappointing in game week 4. In game week 5, Liverpool play against Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth, as you can see on the screen, they have mediocre defensive stats and have kept no clean sheets yet. Salah's performance in game week 4 actually made me have some doubts over him, so I will probably consider another player as well. This player is Son. I know that he only returned once this season against Everton, where he got a brace, but he is playing against Brentford. They have been really impressive when it comes to their attacking ability this season, but when we take a look at their defensive stats, we can see that they are not the best defensive side. So 0 clean sheets, they have conceded 6 goals, 9 big chances, actually 69 shots conceded, and have an expected goals conceded of 7.56. So hopefully there will be a lot of goals in the Spurs against Brentford game, and some can probably be decent captain punts for game week 5. Let me know in the comments down below who will be your captain for the next game week.